So when are we going to consider the possibility that Halle is just as messy and trifling as DDG is? When is that going to become a plausible option?
I have never ever looked at Halle and was like, oh, this is the Little Mermaid. I'm going to get with her because I want to have a baby with her and this and that. The baby stuff, Halo is just happened. It wasn't like, it just happened. It ain't like I had a diabolical plan to have a baby with Halle and get on. Never.
Too much tea. Halle Bailey is out here getting dragged during the ending of her relationship with the father of her child, DDG. Some are even saying that Halle should have never been casted as Disney's Little Mermaid. Rapper and YouTuber DDG has recently parted ways with the actress and singer we know as Halle Bailey after 2 years of them dating. DDG went on his Instagram and announced to his fans that sharing the decision was not easy, but it was the best path forward for both of them. Halle's fans who have observed the romance over the years says that DDG's red flags in the relationship were way too obvious. Their relationship has been under scrutiny multiple times for all the wrong reasons, but Halle just simply wasn't ready to give up on the relationship. She went on to have a child for DDG. Halle's fans told her that she was dating down by dating DDG and being in a relationship with him and having his child. However, the new generation did not come to play. DDG's fans are similar to the Barbs when they come and they back DDG and they say that he was someone before he got with Halle and they didn't even know who Halle was. They knew DDG from being a multi-million-dollar YouTuber starting off in high school and then venturing off into a semi-successful rap career. DDG's fans are in every comment section on every social media platform that you can name. DDG's fans and his cohort YouTubers, co-workers, constituents, and colleagues even have Joe Budden backing down. Joe Budden's co-host went and did some research on DDG. One of them already knew who he was, and they enlightened Joe that he is being biased simply because he did not do any research on DDG to speak of him in a no-name way. But none of that even matters to Halle's fans as they still say you've dated down and DDG's mission has been accomplished. Bringing up the fact that Halle missed out on an Oscar nomination by Disney due to her pregnancy. They're saying that Halle tarnished her own Disney princess brand by getting pregnant during the rollout of The Little Mermaid alongside DDG's antics. They're also saying that DDG played the long game with Halle as Halle is definitely not DDG's type because his track record proves otherwise. DDG was in a prior relationship with Ruby Rose, and when he got upset with Halle, he texts Ruby Rose in front of Halle's face. This is another reason Halle is getting dragged because she tried to make it seem like Ruby Rose was the problem and she said that Ruby was evil. DDG was also in a past relationship with Kennedy, whom he bought a ring for, and fans drag Halle and says he never even bought a ring for you and you had his child.
And I was saving it for a special day or a day where I was saving this for the right moment to give it to her.
Fans have been trying to make so much sense out of this for Halle that they asked Halle, is DDG your first boyfriend or something?
Is DD your first boyfriend? Well, no. So I think a lot of people think he is my first boyfriend, but he's not. But I would say he's my first, like, real boyfriend. If you know what I mean. You know when you're younger and it's like, you know, puppy love, not really anything. And then you realize, like, oh, I was just, 15. Like, yeah. He's like my first real boyfriend, if that makes any sense.
How did me and Daryl meet? That's a good question. Well, he reached out to me first, and I had known of him for a while. I'd always been a fan of his. I used to always watch, you guys know, I used to always watch like just YouTube, and especially the black creators on YouTube. I just love watching and supporting, and so he was one of them that I had watched like a few years ago, like even when me and Chloe had started, and then I kind of forgot about his stuff all along, and then he reached out to me, like, and I was like, oh, this is that guy I was a fan of. And then you know, I had started listening to his music. I'd seen when he was dropping music, and I was like, this is really good, and I loved the melody, and I was like, wow, he's killing it. And then I just forgot about him, and then he hit me up, so that was that.
Valentine's Day is approaching, and I was curious to know, what was your first date with DDG like? I need to hear the first date story. The first date story between you two. How did it go?
Oh, we went to this Ethiopian restaurant, and then I thought that was the end of the date. And then she was like, I'm finna go see a movie. I was like, well, who? She was like, by myself. And then I invited myself. And now we here with a baby.
And which movie did y'all see? Do you remember?
We saw Dune.
Yeah, was Zendaya and who was it?
Timothy. Yeah,
Timothy.
it was great.
I say you are just giggling down. Tell me about what it feels like to be in love. What is that feeling like?
I think it's such a great feeling. I think everybody deserves to be in love and be happy. Yeah.
Now, DDG has been all over social media about this breakup, and Halle has said little to nothing. But she did come out with a little cutesy response, supported by her sister, Halle Bailey, of course, because you know how she coming behind her little sister. And Halle said, once you had a man, he always yours. Let's take a listen.
Once you had a man, you always gonna have that man. To me, that's just my opinion. Unless this person has like moved on, had a family, got married, in the back of your mind, you gotta know what you always did, right? I just feel like, you know, she knows that he is gonna love her or have this tie to her for a while. Because if they were together for years, that's his home at that point. So I'm just saying, because even if he goes, there's a reason he's coming back to her.
Well,
right? Or is that toxic?
All of this is toxic. Even what I said is toxic. But my thing is this: as long as your feelings are removed, you can do what you want.
That's true.
Because the girl did the same and the guy did the same with her. So
Yeah.
I mean, they've been sharing from the get-go. So it's really up to you what you want to do. You just can't be in your feelings. Do I think you're in the wrong? No.
Yeah, just take your emotions out of it. That's a good.
You did killing me. Well, no, very toxic.
No,
I've been
that's
giving
good.
very, very toxic.
That's good, because if she just looks at it as, oh, I'm gonna have fun.
Now you can't be
Fine.
mad if you start getting your phone blown up by the other girl, but then the girl can't be mad at the same point because she did that to her first. Right?
True. That's true. But the whole thing is messy. Though.
Yeah.
The whole thing is bad. So
But-
please don't think we're bad people, everybody.
Yeah.
We're just helping her with her situation.
But she's not all the way wrong because they wronged her first.
Yeah.
Despite everything, fans and the public are still dragging Halle, saying that she got set up for the okie doke and got trapped. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what they had to say.
But I wish that they never would have casted Halle Bailey to play the mermaid. And I low-key wish that they would have just kept her white and left black people to fuck up out of it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. I just feel like in hindsight, like it was, you know, in the beginning, yes, I was happy that a black woman was playing this role. But I just feel like that moment was taken away from us because of Halle's personal life. And let's be very clear, she allowed for that moment to be taken away from us. And that's why I don't fuck with her. The way that she has allowed for this ingrate, this degenerate, what's his name? DD BET, EBT, whatever the fuck his name is. The way she has allowed this man to center himself throughout her career, like it really is pathetic. I don't respect her. I'm honestly side-eyeing her parents, her mother and her father especially. I'm just like, what the fuck, what are y'all teaching y'all daughter? Like, what type of life skills are y'all instilling in this woman? She's literally a rapper's baby mama. Like, I mean, it don't get no more cliche than that. Let's be very clear, Halle Bailey is a mean girl. Like, especially the way she was gaslighting Ruby Rose. Yeah, I ain't forget. Halle ain't shit. She ain't shit. She just as ain't shit as her baby father. They deserve each other.
So a comment responded to the Medusa show and said, I feel the same way about the casting of Ariel, just not for the same reason. I feel like Disney was just throwing us a diversity bone instead of being creative with a whole new black princess.
Good morning, and I'm so glad that you said this, bitch. If I'm being honest, I hated everything about that damn movie. From the casting to the damn AI-enhanced lace front that they put on Halle Bailey. Let's be clear, like in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, they casted a black woman with natural hair and locks to play the mermaid. Oh my God. They put that damn AI-enhanced lace front on her, and it just went downhill from there. I honestly wish that, like, since they casted a black woman to play Ariel, I wish that they would have casted, like, a person of color to play the king. Because now Ariel is black and she's chasing behind this white man, and it's just not, I don't know, I don't think that we like thought this out. Like, it really wasn't as like monumental as we like to believe it is. I don't think that there was enough nuances put in place for this movie. And I know it's Disney Channel, it's fantasy, it's fiction, whoop-de-whoop, I get it. But I mean, subliminal messages are very much so a thing, especially with Disney Channel. Like, let's not be deliberately obtuse. Then you had her baby daddy in the background making these heinous statements about how he didn't know that racism existed. It was a lot. Like, it was a lie. I don't know. I'm telling you, I really wish that they would have just kept her white. I'm telling you, them making the mermaid black was not as inclusive as we would like to believe.
Child, even Halle's sister Chloe caught a stray from this TikToker.
Chloe, baby, I'ma hold your hand when I tell you this. Your music is not selling because your music is not good. That's what it is. I'm tired of us calling her like she's a little girl. Like, it's time to be fucking for real. Music is very lackluster. It's giving very much so Disney Channel vibes. And whenever we say these things, y'all say that we're bullying her. Nobody is bullying Chloe Bailey. We're honestly doing her a disservice by constantly coddling her. You're not an independent artist, so you can't use budgeting as an excuse for why you're not performing. Let's be very clear. Chloe Bailey is a light-skinned, conventionally attractive, extremely talented vocalist who signed to Beyonce, and her little sister is the mermaid. She has resources. She has connections that the average artist does not have. So no. The budget is not the problem, bitch. The problem is the product, okay? I feel the same way about Halle, too. That damn Angel song is annoying as fuck. It was not good. Like, y'all be like, well, her music isn't that bad. Well, it's not that good either. The line is always moving. I'm just saying, if Beyonce and all the other resources is not working for you, then the problem might be you.
Going to consider the possibility that Halle is just as messy and trifling as DDG is. When is that going to become a plausible option? Because truthfully, I've never fully understood what has actually convinced a lot of you that she's some heaven-sent angel who does no wrong, outside of the fact that y'all think she's pretty and that she has a nice voice and she speaks softly. Because literally everything else about her, especially her relationship with DDG, has given very much messy boots. Like, every time I get an update on Halle and DDG's relationship, which everything I've learned about them has been against my will, but every time I see an update on them, I'm always just left asking the question, when are we going to consider the possibility that Halle and Summer Walker have more in common than we want to admit? And another thing, you'll never convince me that DDG has not made it his life's mission to humble Halle. It's almost as if he purposely went out and got the most successful on-the-rise female celebrity he could find and has now dedicated his entire life and his entire image and his entire career to violently humbling her. Like, aggressively humbling her publicly. And this is actually coming from somebody who did not start out supportive of the whole DDG and Halle hate train. And I'll always agree that the way y'all acted over that girl's pregnancy was outlandish. I'll never believe that you're entitled to the information that somebody is pregnant. But it's like, this girl got on the internet and demonized the fuck out of Ruby Rose for calling out DDG for hitting her up while he was with Halle. Like, I think actually literally got on the internet and called her a devil. Told people not to believe the lies. Just for that man to get on an interview and admit to us all this time later that he actually did, in fact, message Ruby Rose trying to get with her in front of Halle's face, in an attempt to upset Halle because they were arguing or something. So you got on the internet and demonized his ex-girlfriend and tried to paint this picture of her just being some crazy obsessed girl who won't move past her ex-boyfriend, when in reality you sat right there on the couch and watched this man text his ex-girlfriend in an attempt to hurt your feelings. Like, that's not trifling to y'all. Like, the way she gets on the internet and literally lies to y'all's faces and gaslights the fuck out of y'all and tries to make y'all feel like y'all are crazy and make y'all feel like shitty, terrible people, just for y'all to later find out that everything that you were assuming and everything that you thought was actually the truth. Like, I think it was easier for y'all to try to convince yourselves that DDG would become a better person than it was for y'all to just accept the fact that maybe Halle wasn't as innocent and wholesome as y'all convinced yourselves.
In regards to the whole Halle Bailey and the whole DDG splitting, mama, assignment is complete. He came, he done his assignment, he put a baby at you at the height of your career and pretty much sat you down, and now he can be in your life for, you know, the rest of your life, at least 18 years. So yeah, assignment was complete. And whenever people were saying this from the jump, that this was going to end up happening, y'all were calling people haters.
We know what DDG Type is. Look at his track record. He messed with Essence, Kennedy Simone, Ruby Rose. We know what type of woman he likes. Ruby Rose tried to tell us from the jump, okay? Let's just clear the air on that one. Ruby Rose tried telling us, y'all tried to tell her she's jealous, she's this, she's that. She's tried to tell y'all that they never stopped talking, but y'all did not want to listen to her. Anyways, besides that point, anybody who knows Halle and DDG, they always wanted to be parents. Always. Halle's biggest goal in life, and she's even spoke on this so many times, is being a wife and a mother. DDG, everybody knows that man wanted him a kid. Everybody knows that. But here's the thing, right? Halle was not his type, no. But he also wanted his name attached to a good girl. Personally, I knew something wasn't right and it wasn't going to last. The moment she got pregnant and he ain't put no ring on it. He had 9 months to put a ring on it. Everybody and their mama know that Halle wants to be a wife. Everybody knows that. So the moment that baby came out and was no ring, me personally, I already knew something fishy.
Over the past couple of years, I done seen plenty of videos where Halle was shopping and DDG was telling her, you know, to get this or to get that or to, you know, buy this and buy that. He never was attracted to her physically. He may have loved her spirit, because y'all gotta understand, some men, they pick the right baby mamas a lot of times. When they know that woman is gonna be a good mother to their children, they feel like that woman ain't gonna give them hell or grief if he decides to come in and come out whenever he wants. You know, they do that shit for their own selfish gain by picking women who they're not physically attracted to, but who they know will make good mothers, right? But I remember when I used to see those videos about them out shopping and, you know, her putting on a pair of shoes and him telling her, no, I like these, try these, you know, those don't look right. Like, the style that he was suggesting for her to put on let me know that she wasn't his type. She's not the vixen. She's not the IG model like his other exes. And see, ladies, that's what y'all gotta start doing. Yeah, you want to be the woman that stands out in his life, the woman that he can't compare to no other woman, but I'm not. That's the looks that y'all be talking about. I be talking about what's on the inside, right? He never felt that he wasn't attracted to her, and the same type of women that he had before her will probably be the same type of woman that men likely go on to cheat with. You know what I'm saying? So it be little signs and little hints that we get through our relationships, especially in their case with such a new type of relationship. It didn't last very long, but he wasn't attracted to that girl. The minute he started telling her to wear this and wear that, bitch, if you love me and you with me for me, what I wear shouldn't concern you. Now, if I'm out here looking crazy and looking stupid, that's different. But if my style is my style, what are you trying to change it for? And you're a man. Bitch, what you want to put on this dress? You want to put on these boots and these heels? Like, no, the sign's been there.
I wanted better for Halle Berry. Not Halle Berry. What's that girl name? Halle Bailey. This is where people are going to come in. Well, what's wrong with being a baby mom? So what's wrong with having a baby out of wedlock? Nah. Let's just call a spade a spade. I wanted better for that girl because she just exuded a different energy LA and celebrity and pop culture was seeing. She was the Little Mermaid, right? This girl was a princess. Like, she exuded class. She exuded just an energy that I had yet to see in recent years, and it was very refreshing. And I feel like she let DDG get her. Like, I felt like she let him trap her. And I know that's probably not how everything went down, but like she's the one, she took the L in this situation. It works out for him, for her to be his baby moms. Like, he won in that situation. But let's not forget that he was like in some drama with texting his ex when he got mad at Halle one day, right? Like, he was never nothing. He may be a great dad and they may like move forward and be great parents or even reattempt their relationship, but like, she has a baby now, you know, like her life has changed, her trajectory has changed, and it could be for the better, but like, I just wanted a little bit better for her because I felt like she was different. And let me just clarify that it is not that I feel like she does not have class. It is just that she is now in a unclassy situation because she has a clown as a baby father and she stuck with him. Take that as you will.
And Halle Bailey, we all seen the cornball in DDG. And this is why we didn't want her getting pregnant by him, because we seen the corny in him early. Sometimes a person's ex say a lot about them. The fact that he was in a relationship with Ruby Rose, and Ruby Rose is a clout-chasing, immature woman, and he ain't nothing but a clout-chasing, immature man, right? And they really are pretty equally yoked. The same way she ran around telling us that it was PR with Drewski that nobody asked her about is the same way he announced this breakup that we didn't ask him about. You didn't announce when you got in a relationship with her. You didn't announce when she got pregnant. We had to speculate and use our discernment to figure out that she was pregnant and y'all was hiding it. But you can announce the breakup? That dude ain't nothing but clout chasing at his finest. I mean, ever since she popped that baby out, he been using it for views. All right, he know don't nobody want to see him. We don't care about him. When we refer to him, we have to bring up Halle, right? We have to bring her up to make him relevant. And so now, if it ain't about her, it's about that baby. But he got to bring one of them into the mix for anybody to care about a DDG. But sometimes you really do have to look at the men and who they done dated before and ask yourself, do you really want to be in that mess? Do you really want to deal with a man who has dealt with women like that? Because it's a reason why he's dealt with the people he have, and vice versa. There's a reason why women have dated the type of men that they've dated. A lot you can learn about somebody's exes. You can definitely figure out a lot about them. But I hate to see it because we ain't want to have to see her end up with something so corny as a baby father. All right. And I don't even know if I could say she should have got the ring first, because I just don't like them together in general. It never felt real. It all felt like it was for clout and for him to try to ride her way.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm messy. I swear I'm about to go to bed. But like, y'all said that DDG and Halle broke up like he's not the man that embarrassed her while she was on a press tour for The Little Mermaid, to the point where Disney had to push back the second trailer release because he was embarrassing her with Ruby Rose.
So funny to me because y'all keep on saying DDG, he keeps talking about the breakup. Halle isn't saying nothing. Halle's not. Of course, DDG is a content creator. He makes his money by making content. It's a marketing strategy. Right now, it's a hot topic. Everybody wants to know. So he's going to continue talking about it until he gets too old and nobody really cares. That's why he keeps talking about it. That's how he makes his money on. She's not a content person. She's not a social media person. She's an actual, actress, singer. Like, that is her actual, career. His career is making videos, being on streams, doing interviews. Like, that is how he makes his money. So, yes, he's going to continue talking about it because people still want to know. People still want to hear it. Like, that is the reason why. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it. It's annoying and stupid. I'm just like, okay, shut up. But at the same time, I understand it because he's making money off of it. Like, y'all, come on.
Stop playing with that boy DDG, man. Like, I don't give a fuck about this shit, but I just relate to him because I'd be damned if I put in all the work like DDG for some females to say you a nobody and you only famous because your baby mama. Like, what the fuck? Y'all Google DDG and it's gonna tell y'all how his ass got famous. I ain't gonna lie. I knew about DDG way before I knew about Halle Bailey. I ain't gonna cap to you. I only found out about Halle Bailey because of DDG. Well, I really found out about her because the Little Mermaid shit. But she was with DDG by that time of the Little Mermaid shit. And when you Google her, it says she's literally known from the 23 Little Mermaid. As y'all can see, DDG been around way before 2023. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all acting like DDG. This guy, we don't know who the fuck he is. We only know him because he messing around with Scott Jackson. I feel Halle Bailey is more known globally, but that's because she's in a movie. Folks built this shit up off of YouTube videos. He literally put his whole family in a position to where they not struggling no more. I ain't gonna lie to you. But just because y'all ain't know DDG before Halle Berry don't mean he was a nobody before her. Just like for the motherfuckers that done know Halle Berry before DDG don't mean she was a nobody before DDG. Cause there's so many famous motherfuckers that I don't know who the fuck they is. A motherfucker be like, how the fuck you don't know who they is? I'm like, bro, I never heard of that motherfucker before. And just because I ain't heard of them don't mean they a nobody and they ain't have nothing going on with their life. Let's keep it a buck. If DDG was a nobody, Hollywood would be fucking with DDG. Let's be real. Cause Holly don't seem like the type that do the type of shit that Scott Jackson do. If she mess with somebody, she gotta mess with somebody with money.
DDG, lame. Who cares about the fact, like, okay, they're not together anymore? Good for her. Because guess what? She got her son is gorgeous. He's hilarious already. He's going to be the light of her life, plus many other lights that she has coming. Ain't nobody worried about that little scrawny man, that little rapper he calls himself. She needs somebody that's a man, like a man. Like, she need a grown man. And now that she's had fun toying around with the boys, now she can actually find her a grown man. And I'm very happy for her. I'm glad that she decided to leave a toxic situation. That man is a certified yapper. Like, did y'all see him on that podcast where he was literally just talking out the side of his neck, telling way too much of his personal business, basically saying like, yeah, he hasn't been single since he started YouTube. I've had so many bad bees back to back. Ew, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the grown man? Like, how old are you to still be talking like that? You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't looking at the screen, I wouldn't think I was hearing a grown man talking. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, good for her. Prayers to her. And I hope she get more acting roles. She's already doing some right now. She just got done shooting some, mind you, but I hope she gets some more. And I hope we get some new music. Yes. I don't know why people are exclusively mad at DDG. Because he was the one that went on Instagram and put the fact that they were splitting up or broken up on his story. And before that, anytime they had like an issue, he would put subliminals on his Twitter. Like, he put every little issue on social media. Like, he's that type of person where every minor inconvenience in your life, your social media has to know about it. Even as an influencer or a YouTuber or whatever, you still have to have some type of balance where this is your real life and this is your social media life. He doesn't have that balance. Everything in his life in real life is also on social media, and that is very ugly and very immature. And then putting something like that on your story, you're not only telling the little boys that follow you, but you're also telling all the women to basically slide in your DM when you have a fresh child and you have a fresh relationship that just ended. And instead of being a man and handling your relationship in private and trying to keep your families together, you would rather just be a boy. And I'm going to announce that we're broken up on Instagram. Instead of trying to fix it and keep my family together, I'm going to just, go basically invite other women in my life, knowing, you know what I'm saying? That says a lot about him as a person. It says a lot about his maturity level. Halle never talked about the breakup. She never talked about minor inconveniences. She never talked about anything that was going on in their relationship. The only thing Halle let us know was that they were together, and that's how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to know, like, oh, they probably beefing because of look what he posted or look what she posted. They probably beefing right now. Nobody's supposed to know that. Only childish people do that, and DDG is in fact childish. And DDG is a professional clout chaser and a professional yapper. He loves to talk. He loves to clout chase. That's why he's so good at YouTube. That's why he's so good at streaming, because there's always a demographic of young men that gravitate towards all that yapping that he does on his streams and on his YouTube, all that clout chasing that he does. But for a real celebrity like Halle, that actually has talent, she can sing, she can act, she can write, she can play instruments. She doesn't need to clout chase. She doesn't need to yap on social media. She don't need to do none of that. It's only him. So that's why people talk about him and him only.